with the video, guys. First of all, let's see about the ploidy. For understanding the ploidy, we are going to take a simple example, that is of human. Because it is the simplest example, we all know that the human contains 46 chromosomes. Or we can say 23 pairs of chromosomes, as simple as that. We know that, we all know that. So from that, let's try to learn about ploidy because it will be very easier for us. So let's see. If we see that the humans contains 46 chromosomes, so if there is any addition in this 46 chromosome or any deletion in the 46 chromosome, for example, instead of 46 there are 48 chromosome, 49 chromosome, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. If there is any kind of any addition or if there any kind of deletion, that is instead of 46, if an organism has 42, 41, 40, 39, like that type of chromosomes, then it is known as what? Ploidy. What is ploidy? Ploidy is the addition or deletion in the number of chromosome. Okay, what is ploidy? Ploidy is the addition or deletion in the number of chromosome. Okay, if there is any change in the number of chromosome, then what we will say? That it is a ploidy. Now if we see about the ploidy, ploidy is of two types. Ploidy can be euploidy or ploidy can be aneuploidy. Okay, so ploidy is of two types. Let's see the two types of ploidy. One is euploidy and the second is aneuploidy. Okay, two types of ploidy are there, euploidy or aneuploidy. Let's first see with the euploidy. So what happens in euploidy? Let's see that. If we consider an organism can be a haploid organism or organism can be diploid. Okay, some organisms are haploid while some organisms are diploid. That's the normal condition. But if there is a multiplication or addition in whole set of genome, that for example, if we have 46 chromosomes, okay, we are diploid organism. Now if all the 23 chromosomes are added in the 46, then what will be it? It will be euploidy, that a complete set of chromosomes are added. Okay, so that is what that is known as euploidy. What is euploidy? That the addition of complete set of chromosomes. Generally the organisms are of two types. They are either haploid or they are either diploid. But now if there is addition of complete set is occurring there, so it can be triploid. What is the triploid? Is that a complete one set is added. It is 3n. First it is n, then it is 2n and then it is 3n. That a complete set of chromosomes is added. Or it can be tetraploid, that is 4 and that is 2 set of chromosomes are completely added. Likewise it continue, it can be pentaploid, it can be hexaploid. The number of set are added for so that we can say that it is tetraploid, it is pentaploid, it is hexaploid. Likewise. Okay, so it is euploidy, that a complete set of chromosomes are added. What happens is aneuploidy is that in this 1 or 2 or 3 chromosomes are added or deleted. There are certain number of chromosomes, not a whole set will be added or deleted, not a total set of chromosomes will be added, but only 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 chromosomes will be added or deleted. So in this what will happen? Addition or deletion of some chromosomes will occur. It can be one or it can be more than that. Okay, it can be one or it can be more than that. So this is aneuploidy. Now let's first see about the details of euploidy, then we'll jump to aneuploidy. If we see euploidy, then these all conditions, triploidy, tetraploidy, pentaploidy, hexaploidy, these all conditions will be known as polyploidy. What it will be known as? It will be known as polyploidy. First, let's see that why this polyploidy occurs, why this ploidy even occurs. What is the reason of the ploidy? So the single reason, if we say the main reason for ploidy is non-disjunction. It is non-disjunction. ठीक है, for both the ploidies, that is euploidy or aneuploidy, the main reason is non-disjunction. What is non-disjunctions? I hope you guys know about the meiosis. What is meiosis and what are the phases in meiosis? That is prophase, metaphase, telophase, anaphase. Okay. So from that we'll come to the non-disjunction. What happens when a chromosome or when a cell is undergoing the meiosis or mitosis? What will happen? That this is a cell, for example. This I will consider it as one chromosome, and here is also one chromosome. So what will happen? These two spindle fibers will pull these two chromosomes apart from each other, so that what will happen when the cell division will occur, the two daughter cells that are formed will get equal number of chromosomes. Okay, that is what occurs normally. But what happens if the non-disjunction condition is occurring is that this is the condition, these were the two chromosomes. This is a normal condition that I have mentioned above. Now let's talk about non-disjunction. What happened in non-disjunction? That due to some reason, one of the spindle fiber is not properly formed. Okay, it is not properly formed. So what happened? That this chromosome is not attached to this. So what will happen? This chromosome will be pulled by this spindle fiber. What will happen? This spindle fiber will push this chromosome also. So due to which what will happen? Now these two cells are formed. This cell will contain both the chromosome, and this cell will not contain any chromosome. Okay, here we are considering only two chromosomes. So this will have two chromosomes, and this will not have any chromosome. So this is non-disjunction, that the chromosomes are not separated properly and equal number of chromosomes are not divided into the daughter cell. One cell has more number of chromosomes while another cell have less number of chromosome. So now what will happen? Now its non-disjunction has occurred. So in this, what happened? In this reduction of chromosome has occurred, and in this addition of chromosome has occurred. So this is a condition of aneuploidy. And if instead of one chromosome all sets are pushed or pulled by one side, and the another side doesn't get the whole set of chromosomes, then that will be known as euploidy. So this is what is non-disjunction in basic. Through this you will be able to understand euploidy and aneuploidy. Now if we talk about polyploidy, then polyploidy are also of two types. So here we'll see that the polyploidy is of two types. That is what? The first is autopolyploidy, and the second is allopolyploidy. So now first let's see about the autopolyploidy. If we see about this, what will happen? That for example, if we take two cells from the two different parents, that is one contains for example 8 and the another also contain 8 chromosomes. Here 8 is denoting the chromosome number. So these are the gametes. Now what will happen? It is coming from the father and it is coming from the mother. What will happen? The fertilization will occur and 16 to n number of zygote will be formed. Okay, this is a normal condition that will occur. Now this zygote will develop into an individual. So it has developed into an individual. Now what will happen? This individual will undergo meiosis and it will also form the gametes. Now this individual is going to form the gametes. So what will happen is that when the meiosis is occurring, so this cell is ready to go to the division. So what will happen? 8 chromosome will be here and 8 chromosome will be here, and this spindle fiber will pull these 8 chromosomes oppositely. Okay, by any reason this spindle fiber was not properly formed. It was not properly formed. So what happened due to this? Once again 8 chromosome. So here the spindle fiber pulls it. The spindle fiber which is arranged here will pull it, because here there is no spindle fiber. So what will happen, there will be two cells will be formed, and here in this cell 8 plus 8 chromosomes will be present. Okay, 8 this and 8 this, and here there will be no chromosome because this cell was not able to pull the chromosomes. So here what will happen, 8 plus 8 chromosomes. So this cell have what? This cell have 16 chromosomes. This cell have 16 chromosome, and I will tell you this is a gamete. This is a gamete. It is not a what I can say, it is not an individual or it is not a diploid cell. It is a gamete because it is formed by meiosis. And what will happen in meiosis? Reductional division occurs in meiosis. So it is a 16 cell gamete. Now 16 chromosome gamete. So now what will happen? This 16 chromosomal gamete, will fuse with the 8 chromosomal normal gamete. It will fuse with the 8 chromosomal normal gamete. When the fusion will occur, now the zygote will contains 24 number of chromosomes. 16 plus 8, 24 number of chromosomes. So now it is what? It is 3n. Instead of being diploid and having 16 chromosome, it is zygote is 3n, that is it is a triploid and it has 24 chromosomes. But normally the zygote should contain 16 chromosomes. Okay, so how this happened? This happened due to the non-disjunction. Here the spindle fiber was not able to form properly. That's why all the chromosome or the set of chromosome has gone to this gamete and not to this gamete. So this zygote will be triploid instead of diploid. Are you getting my point? So this is the case of autaploidy. In autaploidy, only one species is involved. Only one species is involved. Okay, so in this only, that's why it is autopolyploidy, because in this one species is involved. So there must be a case in which two different species are involved and polyploidy is occurring. That is the condition of allopolyploidy, in which two different species are being involved and the zygote is formed. Let's see about allopolyploidy. So what will happen in allopolyploidy? In allopolyploidy, two species will be involved. Instead of one species, what is occurring? Two species will be involved. So allopolyploidy can occur naturally or it is done by scientists. Okay, so what will happen if we take here species A and I will mark species B with a different color so for the clarity. So from species A, for example, the species A contains of 8 chromosomes. Okay, while the species B contains 7 chromosomes. And I am talking about the gametes here. Not the individual but the gametes. Here there are 7 chromosomes in the gametes of the species B, and here there are 8 chromosomes in the gamete of species A. Okay, so let's move forward. Now, by any reason, this fertilization has occurred between these two gametes and a zygote is formed. And a zygote is formed that contains a chromosome of both. So what will happen here? From here 8 chromosomes are formed and here from B species 7 chromosomes has occurred. So now what will happen if we see that by chance this is grown and it forms an individual. It has formed an individual. Right now this condition is what? This condition is diploid because it is n plus n diploid condition. Now this individual will undergo what? This individual will also undergo meiosis because it also wants to form the gametes. So what will happen if this species will undergo meiosis? It won't be able to occur. Why? Because during meiosis pairing of chromosome occurs in the phase of metaphase. Okay, in the phase of metaphase, what happens that the chromosomes, that the homologous chromosomes pairs up. What is the homologous chromosomes? That they are similar, so they pair up. But now this 8th chromosome and this 7 chromosomes are totally different. They won't be able to pair up. So how meiosis will occur? Meiosis won't be able to occur because they are denying to pair up. They are what? They are denying to pair up. So what will happen? These individual will double its chromosome number by the help of replication that occurs in S phase. You must be know that before meiosis there is an interphase in which S phase occurs, where the replication of DNA occur and where the doubling of chromosome will occur. Okay, so what will happen? These chromosome will double up so that meiosis can occur. So what will happen now? Here are 16 chromosome and here are 14th chromosome. Okay, here 14 chromosome and here 16 chromosome. So now what will happen? This 8 and 8 can pair up and this 7 and 7 can pair up very easily. These will be pulled here and these will be pulled here. So now what will happen? Two gametes will be formed. The one gamete will be 8 plus 7 and one gamete will be 8 plus 7. So here the gametes that are formed are 2n, 2n instead of what we have seen in n. Why this occurred? This occurred because pairing of the chromosome was not occurring in the meiosis metaphase stage. So that's why doubling of the chromosome has occurred by the process replication in the S phase, and each of the chromosome has doubled and pairing up occurred, and there are chromosomes formed that are 2n. So now what will happen if this 2n gamete is fertilized with the n gamete? So what will happen here? The condition will be 8 plus 8 plus 7, that is 3n. Instead of what? It is instead of 2n, that the zygote is 2n, now the zygote is 3n. And if it was fertilized with 8 plus n, so it is also 2n, it is also 2n. Now the offspring will be, or now the zygote will be 4n. Now the zygote will be 4n. So this is the condition. Due to this, what happens? The tetraploidy, triploidy, pentaploidy occurs. This is generally occurs in plants. It doesn't occur in humans or in animals, but it generally occurs in the plants. Now if we see further, the individual with triploid, pentaploid or odd number of chromosomal cells will be sterile. What I said, that the organisms that are 3n, that are 5n, that are 7n, that are 9n, these will be what? These will be sterile organisms. Why they will be sterile organisms? Because the pairing between the homologous chromosome won't be able to occur. Because in 3n condition, there will be 3 chromosomes that will be homologous to each other. Now in the case of meiosis, what happens? These two, generally the 2 chromosomes will align each other, they pair and they get separated. Okay, and they form 2 cells. But now there, instead of 2 chromosomes, there are 3 chromosomes are present. So what about the 3rd chromosome? It will pair up with whom and it will get divided how? So that's why these organisms are sterile, because meiosis is not occurring in them properly. Meiosis is not occurring in them properly. That's why these kind of organisms are sterile. With what? With odd number of chromosome. With odd number of chromosome, they are sterile. Now let's further see about aneuploidy. So what happens in aneuploidy? That there are 1 or more number of chromosome is added or it is deleted. Either of the thing can occur in aneuploidy. But in aneuploidy, a whole set will not be added or deleted. Only one or more number of chromosomes will be added. For example, if we in humans there are 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes. So 2 chromosomes, 3 chromosomes, 4 chromosomes can be added or deleted, but not whole 23 chromosomes will be added or deleted. So this aneuploidy is common in humans. It occurs in human, and many a disease are there in humans that occurs due to the aneuploidy. But let's first see the different condition of aneuploidy if we consider an organism as 2n. So if there is a deletion in one chromosome, okay, only a deletion in one chromosome. For example, if we have 46, instead of 46 we have 45. So that condition is known as monosomic. That is condition is known as monosomic. If there is a deletion of 2 chromosomes, then what it is known as? Then it is known as nullisomic. Then it is known as nullisomic. That is instead of 46, 44 chromosomes we have. And if there is an addition of 1 chromosome, then what it is known as? It is known as trisomic. And if there is an addition of 2 chromosomes, then it is known as tetrasomic. Then what is this known as? It is known as tetrasomic. Now there are 2 more things, that is double monosomic and double trisomic. Okay, what happened in this? In this there is 2 chromosomes are deleted and in 2 chromosomes are added. In this 2 chromosomes are added and in this 2 chromosomes are deleted. So why we don't call them nullisomic or tetrasomic? Why we are calling them double monozoic or double trisomic? Is that if for example I am taking 2 chromosomes. Okay. This is a pair of chromosome and this is a pair of chromosome. So what is monosomic is that this one is deleted. Okay. What is nullisomic is that this is deleted. What is trisomic is that 1 is added. There are 2 and 1 is added. What is tetrasomic is that 2 are added. Okay. This is monosomic, nullisomic, trisomic and tetrasomic. But now what will be happen in double monozoic? Monosomic is 1 chromosome is deleted from here in the normal condition and 1 chromosome will be deleted from here. That is 2 totally different type of chromosomes are deleted in what? In double monosomic. And in tetramonosomic or in double trisomic, what will happen? In double trisomic, 1 chromosome will be added here and 1 chromosome will be added here. What was happened in tetrasomic is that here only 2 chromosomes were added which was same to this. But in double trisomic, 1 chromosome is added here that is same to this. And 1 chromosome is added here which is similar to this. That is the difference between double monosomic and nullisomic and double trisomic and tetrasomic. I hope this is very clear. Now let's see the diseases that are very important. I must tell you that these diseases are very important. If not directly, indirectly, CSI and NET ask questions from these topics. Okay. So the first disease is Down syndrome. First disease is what? First disease is Down syndrome. What happened in Down syndrome is that it is an autosomal syndrome. That is the chromosome that is deleted or added. If it is deleted or added, it is on autosomal condition. So in Down syndrome, there is an addition of 21st chromosome. So instead of 221 chromosomes, the organism will have 321 chromosomes. The organism will have 47 chromosome, 21. Why 21? Because the 21st chromosome is added. That is what? That is known as Down syndrome. The next syndrome is Edward syndrome. Edward syndrome is also what? It is autosomal syndrome, and here the addition of 18th chromosome occurs. So here what will be the condition? 47, 18. The next condition is Patau syndrome. This is also a autosomal, that is, the autosomal chromosome is added, and in this the 13th chromosome is added, and the condition will be 47, 13. Okay, 47 is the total number of chromosome and the addition is occurring in 13, 18, 21. So there are also addition or deletion occurring on the 6 chromosomes. If we see the addition and deletion on 6 chromosomes, then there is a disease that is known as Turner syndrome. There is a syndrome that is known as Turner syndrome. In this, what will happen? In this, one X chromosome is deleted. One X chromosome is deleted. So what will happen in this condition? In this condition, there will be 45 chromosomes. Okay, there will be 45 chromosomes, or we can say 44 plus XO. X0 मतलब एक, there is no one X chromosome, there is only one X chromosome is present, and 44 are the autosomal chromosome. So in this Turner syndrome, the female will be sterile. The female will be sterile as she doesn't have one X chromosome. She only have one X chromosome. She doesn't have second X chromosome. While the next disease is Klinefelter disease. What happened in Klinefelter disease is that addition of X chromosomes occur. Here the deletion of X chromosome was occurring, but here the X chromosome will be added. So what will be the condition? The condition will be 44 plus XXY. Because there is an addition of one X chromosome, this generally occurs in the male. So here the male will be subfertile. The male will be subfertile because it will have testes, but the testes will be smaller in size, and there will be a developed breast. The breast will be developed in these kind of males, plus there will be the pitched voice will be like of female. Female pitched voices will be present in this Klinefelter syndrome. The more than one X chromosome can also be added like that, XXY plus one more X, or XXXXY. So these kind of condition can also occur, that more than one X chromosome is added. Then this condition will also known as Klinefelter syndrome. So guys, this was all about my today's video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and share this video with all your friends. Thank you so much guys.